Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. This is me, Mehtab Aman Wala, and I'm a student at Johan School Online Academy. And as you know, that on daily basis we will do interviews, and when we will do interviews, so we have a very special guest in our studio. Today I have a very special guest in my studio, and today we are honored to have our distinguished guest, Martin, Coach Martin, and he is a certified business coach and consultant with over 30 years of global experience across America, Europe, and Asia. And his journey spans diverse sectors, including retail, e-commerce, and hospitality, where he has brought practical insights to help entrepreneurs and business leaders overcoming challenges and unlock their true potential. He combines traditional consulting with modern coaching methodologies to guide individuals and business towards achieving their aspiration. And I would like to share a couplet that sets the tone for our conversation. The road may be rough, but keep your aim in sight. With courage as your guide, you will reach new heights. Let's welcome Sir Coach Martin at our studio. So, hello, how are you today, sir?
I'm fantastic, and thanks for inviting me today. And good summary of my my coaching business. So thanks for that.
Okay, thank you so very much for joining me. And let's start this interview with your great introduction. I can introduce yourself, but now it's now it's your turn to introduce yourself briefly and wonderful introduction.
Certainly. So you've said a lot of it already, but just to summarize it, I am a Canadian. I'm a Canadian citizen. I live at the moment. I live in Thailand. I've been living in 10 different countries over time. I have more than 2 decades, if not 3 decades, of experience in leadership, executive position for big companies and small companies and startups, and create my own companies as well. So I have a couple of businesses, and now I dedicate most of my time in coaching people that do business. So either big business that need help, or I'm doing more and more now also what I call aspiring entrepreneur. So people that want to start a business and they don't know where to start, how to start, and I'm teaching people, I'm coaching people from the idea to reality, how to start building a business by themselves.
Wonderful, sir. Okay, let's start our question answer session. So, yeah, my first question with you is that like you are an coach and also consultant. So, like, what inspired you to become a business coach and consultant?
Uh, this was progressive. As I mentioned before, I've worked in management and leadership for many years, and the thing that I like the most in my previous jobs before I become a coach is helping people, especially the younger generation coming into their corporate job or job for the first time in businesses. I really enjoy helping, teaching, and coaching people and make people better. Uh, and that's always been my goal, and I've decided, because I have the experience in both company leadership and my own companies as well, I've decided to use my time now to coach people, because I realized that especially when it comes to new entrepreneur, there's a lot of needs in the market right now. People, because the economy is not so good, the future is not so bright with AI, and so people are worried about what's going to happen. A lot of people want to take back the control, control the future, and being an entrepreneur, being in business, it is a good way to do it, but it's not easy. First of all, it's not easy to start. It looks very complicated if you never done that, but even when you know how to do it, uh, it's not an easy job to do. People think it looks easy because they look on social media and see people with big car and big house and work 3 hours on your phone and you get rich. That's not true. That's a lot of scammer out there that makes you believe that business is easy and you're just going to relax all your life and do some time in your phone and get rich. It's not true. So I teach people the reality of business as well.
Wonderful. Okay, so like, which 10 countries have you worked in, and how did these experiences?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, I can repeat. Okay, my question is that like, which 10 countries have you worked in, and how did these experiences differ?
What type of business I've worked with? Sorry, the
I'm
sound
saying
is not
that
very good.
okay, in so many countries you have worked in. In which 10 countries you have worked in for your business, and how was your experience?
I work in different environment, different industry, different countries. My clients right now are global. So I have clients in America, in South America, in North America, in Europe, in Asia, in Indonesia, even Pakistan as well. Yeah, I have clients pretty much everywhere, small businesses or bigger one. And it's a good experience because I've been traveling a lot in my life. I'm an international guy, and I see the potential for helping people all around the world. So that's my experience. Very positive.
Wonderful, nice. Okay, like how have your experience in multinational corporations shaped your consulting approach?
My consulting, I do consulting for bigger company. The thing in coaching is there's different angle. For some people, for business owners, sometimes they're more interested about growing their mindset and the way of thinking, and like the coaching is about helping them to grow as a founder, as a business owner. Then they can translate into the business. But sometimes they just need more practical advice. For example, some of the companies I'm helping now to expand in different countries, because I've done that before, I can coach them or teach them how to do in practical, how to do the research, how to do the financial planning, how to do the customer research and all these things. So I because I've done all of them, one of my program I call business therapy, which is a combination of consulting and coaching as well.
Nice. Okay, sir. So, like, what were some of the key challenges you have faced while working in startups?
The major block I think in startup is always be funding. Because a startup, a company have a good idea, they want to put this in the market, and they don't have the money to go further. So they need to prepare for investors, to get money to go bigger and faster. The challenge is many a startup, they don't know how to prepare, because people that want to give you money, if they're interested into the idea, they're not only giving you money for your ideas, or not because you're a nice guy, but they want to have something which is very structured. They want to see your business model. They want to see your business plan, how you make money now, how you will make money, when can I get my money back. So all these things, many startup, they don't know how to do. That's also some of the coaching I do with startups, is I teach them how to prepare for investors as well.
Okay, sir. So, like, can you share a success story from your consulting work in the retail sector?
Yeah, without naming names, because everything I do is confidential with companies. But quite successfully worked recently for a big organization for a new market entry. So they had to do all the research about the market, the possibility, the financial, the new thinking, the new business model, and so on. And they've taken the decision to go in that country. So quite successful. Took about 6 months to do all the research and the coaching with that, but it's positive.
Wonderful. Okay, sir. Like, how did you overcome a major challenge in the hospitality industry?
I've done pretty much everything because my background is food and beverage. I've touched everything from retail, wholesale, import, hospitality. Um, so all these industry have one thing in common. Well, all the business have one thing in common. You need to sell. You need to have a good strategy behind it, and that's what I coach. And generally speaking, any company needs to have a good strategy, a go-to-market, a good marketing strategy, a good people strategy, a good product, and that applies for hospitality, that applies for food business, that applies for restaurant, and I have some restaurant on my side, my own as well, so I know how it works.
Wonderful, sir. Okay, like, what are some trends you have noticed in e-commerce over the years?
Depending on the country, I can say, for example, in e-commerce in Asia, uh, the tendency is people getting more toward the social commerce. So the live selling, for example, TikTok Live or Facebook Live, even TikTok Shop. The reason being, I think there's more and more scammers online nowadays, and lots of fake websites, so people don't trust anymore. But if they see someone live selling the product and it's part of their own friends or networks of friends, then they will trust. So I see this trend right now of people skipping the e-commerce altogether to go more into social selling.
Okay, sir. So, how does your experience in franchise operation differ from the sectors?
Franchise is it's all about value. So if you have a franchise, because a lot of people want to start a franchise, they have a good business. Oh, I will do a franchise. But if you don't offer value for people, there's no reason to buy your franchise because it's going to be expensive, and you can repeat by yourself. So when you have a franchise, you need to have either a recipe which is different, or having a concept is different, or having all the marketing which is different that people cannot replicate that. If not, they will just copy you, and that's it. You don't need to sell franchise.
Okay, sir. So, what kind of important distribution projects have you been involved in?
Mainly food and beverage. For example, in Thailand now, I import beer from Germany. So I do myself. I have the connection in Germany, and I do all the process here, and I import for customers in Thailand. This is one of my business.
Okay, sir. So, how do you apply your global business insights to local business?
My business coaching is global. So I coach and I teach and I train and I consult with people around the world. So depending on their needs, I adapt to their needs as well. So for me, it's all the same. Doesn't matter if you're in South America or in Pakistan or in China. Coaching is coaching and business is business. It's all the same principle.
Okay, sir. So, in which country did you encounter the most challenging business environment and why?
I would say probably China, just for the language barrier was a bit more complicated, and the rules of regulations a bit tougher. But no, I mean it's business is never easy wherever you go. Always challenges.
Okay. So, can you share an experience that significantly shaped your perspective or business consulting?
Um, Not really, because every customer I work with for the last couple of years, it's always a new case. Every time it's something new, something different, some new challenges. And the beauty of it is the more you do, the more you learn. And when you learn, you can apply to other businesses after. So it's always good to have something different, not always do the same all the time, because it gets you learning. And if you don't learn, then you're not relevant in your business anymore.
Okay. So, how do you adapt your consulting strategies for business of different sizes?
It depends on the objective. So a company, a startup would have a different objective than a big established company, right? So the first thing that I do normally is we talk with the founder, the owner, or the people who hire me. Then we talk about what is it that they want to achieve. Is it fixing a problem? Is it growth? Do they want to expand? They just want to start a business. So it really depends. And based on the objective of that person or that owner, then we design the coaching accordingly.
Okay, sir. So, what are the unique challenges in wholesale operations compared to retail?
Uh, Profit. Wholesale is very, very tiny profit, so there's no room for mistake. If you make a mistake, you can lose the entire profit for the year, right? So it's very, very dangerous. You can do good volume, you can do good business with that, but it's more risky than retail. Retail, normally make money, much more money, uh, but you're limited to your own store, right? So both are good. Both are have challenges.
Okay, sir. How do cultural differences influence your coaching methods across various regions?
Can you repeat?
Yeah, I can. My question is that how do cultural differences influence your coaching methods across various regions?
The cultural differences, uh, there's not much of a difference for me. Again, because I'm experienced working with international people all the time, uh, I can adapt easily for the culture. And because I lived in Asia, I live in Europe. I know the different culture. Um, and some culture are a bit more aggressive in trying to get things done very rapidly, and they want to see results fast. Other culture, they're just thinking more into the long term. So it depends who I work with and the type of business, of course. But again, business is quite the same across the world. It's just the people who drive them, sometimes more short term, sometimes more long term.
Okay, sir. So, which industry did you find the most challenging to consult for and why?
What industry? um
Can I repeat my question?
yeah, please.
Okay. My question is that which industry did you find the most challenging to consult for and why?
uh to be honest, none. I mean, everything is a challenge, and also nothing is a challenge for me. That's the way I like to work. Is I like to see myself like a business architect. I like to take a chaos and organize it. So for me, if it doesn't matter the challenge, the size of the business, the industry, I'm just going to figure out a way to make it better.
Wonderful, sir. Okay, like how has the global economic landscape changed during your the decades of experience?
Can you repeat, madam? Sorry, the sound is really bad.
Okay, no problem. I'm saying that how has the global economic landscape changed during your 3 decades of experience?
Um, it's probably more related to technology more than anything else, and the pace where changes come. 20 years or 30 years ago, you get something and it's quite stable for 3, 4, 5, 10 years, and it stayed the same. But nowadays, you put something in place, you put a strategy, and by the time you implement it, it's already gone. You need to think of something else. So the only thing is, as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, you need to think much faster, and you need to take action faster. You cannot wait anymore. You cannot try to make the perfect plan and wait for everything is perfect, because you already lose. So you need to go fast, 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 fast.
Okay, sir. So let's move to some coaching and mentoring approach questions. So yep, now like tell me that what coaching methodologies do you employ in your sessions?
I mix the practical business consulting with the mindset coaching. So I always start with the mindset, because a lot of the limitation are the people. The reason that a business not growing or business is not going big is because the people don't think big enough, or they don't see what the future could look like. So a lot of the work I do is about the mindset of an entrepreneur, the way of thinking, the way of behaving, and then the rest is just a combination of what they want to achieve, and then we put this into practical.
Okay, sir. So how do you personalize your coaching to suit individual clients?
Yeah. This is a combination of both objective aspiration and the personality and culture, right? Because some people, they want to have, if they have a problem, they want to have a quick fix, then the coaching consulting would be different. If someone say, I want to start a business, it's going to be very different. The mindset, the way of working. And if someone has a startup and say, I want to be 3 times bigger next year, okay, then we have a different type of coaching. So I really adapt. I don't do any online class or something like this, like one size fits all, because I don't believe that's a one size fits all. Everybody should have the opportunity to tailor man. The only difference is I'm launching something in November 5th, which I call like a master class for 5 weeks for aspiring entrepreneur. So young people that want to start a business and they don't know where to start. Then I'm teaching uh, the methodology, like the 5-step approach that I've come up with, I developed from the ideas to reality. So what do you need to do to get into a business? So it's kind of a masterclass teaching, combined with life coaching as well.
Okay, sir. So let's move to some coaching philosophy and beliefs question. So like why do you believe in courage, passion, and determination are important for entrepreneurs?
I believe that entrepreneur is a different type of animal. Like entrepreneur like to take risk. They like to push their limits. They like to dream big, and take action. And this is where you see the difference between a real entrepreneur or people that think they're an entrepreneur. People think they're an entrepreneur, but they don't want to take too much risk, or they don't want to do something, and they don't want to go too fast. No, you just maybe a business person, but you're not an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur have an idea, and by the time he's thinking, it's already start doing. So go fast, go big, take the risk. Maybe fail. That's okay. We fail, make mistake, no problem. Start again tomorrow. So that's a mindset. So entrepreneurship is not a job, is not a work. It's a mindset. It's a way of thinking.
Okay, sir. So, what does unlocking full potential mean to you in the context of business coaching?
Taking the full potential is about pushing the limits, and this is where coaching comes into play, because when you work alone, you think you know what's your limit, but you don't know what you're capable of until someone push you hard. The same way as a athlete in sport, right? You can train every day, but if you have a coach, he's going to push you much more, because he's not you, he's seeing things that you don't see. And the same thing with the coaching. Coaching is about pushing the limit, or make you see a perspective you didn't think about.
Okay, sir. So, like, how do you ensure that your clients develop long-term sustainable business practices?
The sustainability, always look into what you want to achieve in a long plan. Right? So you have to you need to have a vision of what the future looks like, and stick to it, and make a roadmap to achieve that. That's a mistake that many entrepreneurs see. They don't see more than next month or next year, right? And it's difficult because you cannot see what the future is coming. For example, if you don't plan for AI now, in 2 years you're probably dead. Your business is dead because you don't plan for this. So to be sustainable, you need to see a little bit in the future what the future could look like, and try to make strategy now for the future.
Okay, sir. So, what are some key tools you recommend for business growth?
The key thing is don't fear not. You, as an entrepreneur, you will make mistakes. I guaranteed you will make mistakes. But a lot of people, they don't want to try it because they're afraid of doing mistake. And mistake is just a way of doing things. A mistake is a way to learn, a way to get stronger. All the biggest companies in the world, they've made a lot of mistakes. Nobody talk about this, but they make a lot of mistakes. So if you are afraid of mistakes, you will not try anything. And if you try anything, you're not going to become an entrepreneur. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, be comfortable with making mistakes and failing.
Okay, sir. So, what tools do you use to measure the progress of your clients?
What? Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, I'm saying that. What tools do you use to measure the progress of your clients?
What tool to measure progress? Just my own notes. So normally we document the meetings or the session together, so we see the progress from week to week, and every couple of weeks we look at all the progress we've made from the beginning.
Okay. So, what advice do you have for the entrepreneurs facing their first major business setback?
I would say plan. The planning is one thing. There's no such thing of a perfect plan, so don't spend too much time to be perfect. But you need to have a rough idea of what the business is going to look like, especially if you need money to do it. That's a mistake, and I've read recently a report saying that 25% of the new business, will never celebrate the first year anniversary, and I think 82% of the reason why is because they haven't planned. They don't know what's happening next. They don't know how to structure it. They have no business plan. They have no financial plans. And then after month 2, 3, 4, they run out of money. They don't know what to do anymore, and they close. So starting a business is not that difficult, but making it successful is where you need to plan and think.
Okay, sir. So, yep. How do you guide clients in managing stress and maintaining work-life balance?
Easy for me to manage stress. I'm not stressed if I sleep well. But that's the key. My superpower, I can sleep well at night. So every night, even I have stress during the day, I shut down, and then the next morning I reboot. It's a new day, right? So the trick for stress that I also coach people is, don't stress for something you cannot control. People stress about the economy, stress about the weather you cannot control. So don't stress. This is out of your hand. You stress about yourself. That's it.
Okay, sir, wonderful. Okay, like it's my second last question with you, that how do you assist clients in identifying new market opportunities?
Again, normally we look into the long-term planning. So what do you want to become as an entrepreneur or as a person in the next 3 to 5 years? And the other thing is about, what are the problem that you can solve now, the problem that people don't solve properly, or people are annoyed with something, or will be a problem in 1 2 3 years, and start working on this. Business is simple. There's a problem, you have a solution, you monetize it. That as simple as that. So if you can see the problems, you can develop solution, then you have a new market.
Okay, sir. So, what legacy do you hope to leave behind in this business world?
Come again, sorry. Can you repeat the question?
Okay, I can. My question is that, like, what legacy do you hope to leave behind in the business world?
Sorry, I did not understand the
I'm saying that, like, any advice to the business world who wants to do business, and yep, any advice that you want to give the people who want to start their businesses.
Yes, yes, yes. I think that the best advice is just start. Because a lot of people will think about, what if I fail, what if I make mistake, or I'm not sure if it's can do or cannot do. Just start. If you have an idea, uh, try to do a little bit of a plan to say, okay, maybe that's gonna work like this. Try a little bit, and then you test something, and then you see if it works or not. You correct. But a lot of people will have a lot of ideas, but would never start anything because they're lost. They don't know how to do. Of course, I will always say, come and get a coach, because a coach can guide you and give you some ideas. But even if you don't have a coach, the best advice I can say is, just do something. Because even if you fail, you learn something, and then you can start something else later. But if you don't do anything, you just think, you achieve nothing and you learn nothing.
Wonderful, sir. And it is advice. And in the last of this interview, any message that you want to give to our audience who are watching this interview?
Well, my message, I think everyone should try entrepreneurship. It doesn't mean that you do this full time. It doesn't mean that you have a job, or you leave your job, or maybe it's for you, maybe it's not for you. But entrepreneurship teach you patience. It teach you hard work. It teach you how to manage the finance. It teach you many many things. So I think everybody, especially in school, they should teach you entrepreneurship, um, because it's a good way to free yourself in the future, not only for money, but if you only work for somebody else, then it comes to a point where, if you don't know anything else, and the job don't need you anymore, then you're alone, right? But if you know how to do entrepreneurship, how to build a business or make money, it doesn't have to be big business. You can just be yourself and sell something. Then you learn new skills. You're not that lost in the future. So I think for anyone should try, even if they sell cookies. Yeah, they buy cookie and sell cookie. That's a business. You buy something, you sell something, you make money. uh, you just learn how to become an entrepreneur.
Okay. Thank you so very much, Sir Coach Martin, that you will give me your precious time for this interview. I'm very grateful to you that you will give me your time, and it's like a wonderful to having you in my show. I really enjoyed this interview. Maybe you also enjoyed my question and this interview. And thanks to the audience who are watching this interview. Thank you for watching. Inshallah, we will meet in the next episode of Inspiring Minds with another guest. Take care of yourself, and Allah Hafiz. Bye bye.
Okay, bye bye. You're welcome.